And welcome back to the Factor Uncensored. Chicken and watermelon, collard greens, all just a few foods on a menu at an Ikea Juneteenth celebration that perpetuates black stereotypes. We can't make it up, folks, and it makes you wonder, what the hell were they thinking? And our guests are here to talk about this ridiculousness that we have seen out of Atlanta in the Ikea store. Before we get started, guys, just wanted to check and see if any of you needed any chitlins or hog mogs.
I don't eat none of it, bro.
Hey, look, I have some big feet. I'm not even gonna lie.
Send me some. I'm a flexitarian.
No, it's just unbelievable that Ikea in 2021 allowed a menu to contain these items on it, supposedly honoring Juneteenth. Shonda, let's bring you in it. Bring chicken.
I'm just not buying. I'm not buying. I'm not buying that they didn't know that was offensive. I just think they don't give any thoughts to it. And it goes down to not having people of color in the room when you're making these type of decisions. Now, I know that they did come back and say, well, we did have somebody in there. Well,
right.
All kin folks ain't kin folks. And whoever you had in there, you need to reevaluate things, because that was utterly ridiculous.
Todd, let's hear from you.
I echo everything Rashonda said. I mean, she said all your skin folk ain't your kinfolk. But if there were African Americans in that room, they should be ashamed of themselves for letting this stereotype play out, because all African Americans do not eat the same thing. You can't go have a barbecue. You know what I mean? Just throw a barbecue or something, have hot dogs or something like that, something that's non-offensive. But like Rashonda said, everybody that I know knows that chicken and watermelons are stereotypes for African Americans, and we don't all eat the same thing. Give me some seafood. I'll take that any day over that menu, but stop putting us in a box. And these are the problems that we face, and the reason why we want to talk about critical race theory. We want to talk about prejudice, because we still face stereotypes that we've been facing for hundreds of years. And if people would just take time to learn from other people, have diversity in the room, all of this could be avoided.
Dr. Allison, is that why we need to continue to have the conversation about race, so we can avoid mistakes, missteps, foolishness like this?
Yeah, it's a little crazy, and it also goes back to not having people at the table, as Ms. Rashonda was saying, not having people at the table who can talk to you about some areas of sensitivity and this kind of thing. But now, having said that, I don't want us to overreact to it. I mean, it's one store in Atlanta. I think the store overall is okay. I think that there are other issues that, for real, that we really need to deal with. And we need to get into the room and talk to them about, hey, supporting voter registration and some other issues that affect us and concern us. So this can turn out okay. I'm okay with fried chicken and watermelon. I actually like it. It's my dinner time. I'm really kind of hungry, and I don't make any bones about soul food. I like soul food. I don't like people making fun of it. And I mean, maybe they thought they were really being sensitive, and I want us not to overreact to stuff like this.
Yeah, there's no.
Go ahead, Todd.
There's no reason to overreact. I like chicken myself too, other than the fact that fried chicken is bad for you. I don't eat watermelon. That's a personal choice. But my only is that's a small stereotype, but will it lead to bigger stereotypes? You know what I mean? If you stereotype one aspect of African American culture, will you stereotype the black man wearing a hoodie, the black woman with the single mother or whatever? So that's my thing. I don't want it to grow into other stereotypes and be a slippery slope. But like Dr. Allison said, it's not that serious, but at the same time, you would think that they would have more common sense than that.
And you know what I want to say at this point, and maybe it's just me, maybe it's me getting to be my age or whatever it is, but I'm owning it. All right. I'm owning being a black woman. I'm owning my lips. I'm owning my hips. I'm owning my weight. I'm owning what I want to eat. I'm owning that I was raised by a single mother. My dad came into my life later on. We have a great relationship. I don't make any apologies for that. This is my story. And the fact that we have our own individual stories, and we made it over through Juneteenth, through 2.5 more years of slavery, we still made it over. I'm owning the strength of who we are and that we have already overcome. So I don't give a, oh, I can't say that. I
It's
don't care what I don't care what Ikea says.
You can say damn on the Factor Uncensored, Dr. Arlison. Rashonda, let's talk about this though. Should we see some type of statement from IKEA National and not just the Atlanta store, or some guy coming out saying, oh, look, we made a mistake, we changed the menu the next day? Should there be accountability here?
Here's why I think we do need to address it, because the problem will continue to perpetuate itself. And I am all for focusing on voting rights and everything else, like the doctor said. But I also
you can do both. You can do both.
Right, that's my point. We're not a monolithic people. I can love and hip hop and CNN. And so I want us to be able to say, this is offensive. You know it's offensive. And it builds into a bigger problem, like Todd said. So I think nothing is wrong with pointing it out. And it does need to come from the top so that they can see that this is something we need to take serious.
When you see something, say something about it. Up